You can't, and this is my thing, you can't lie on TV. We know, we see, we hear, we feel, okay? Why are you lying on national TV? Welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is doing okay and everyone is doing well. I'm actually not, because I'm coming up with a cold, but it's all good. I'm going to sip hot Ribena like there's no tomorrow to try and get rid of it, even though it doesn't cure colds. Anyway, I really digress. But I hope everyone is doing okay and everyone is doing well. If I'm looking very interesting, I'm very sorry. I've actually had my makeup on since like 7:30 this morning. So right after this, I'm going back to bed because I actually was napping before the show and I'm getting a good night's rest. But I hope you're doing well, guys. I hope you had a lovely weekend. Overall, guys, I have to be honest, I do think this is probably going to be one of my most confusing reviews yet, only because that was such a confusing episode. I don't know if it's because I was just really tired or the lies and the truth will just get it. If you watch the episode, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I think I even tweeted it as well, and a lot of people were also tweeting like this episode was very confusing, but we're gonna try. So if I get anything wrong, please feel free to comment down below and correct me. Nobody is above correction. But yeah, guys, as I usually and always say, number one, if you haven't yet subscribed, be sure to subscribe and definitely join the family. Also be sure to follow me on my Instagram and also on my Twitter at SarahDestinyX. Guys, we're almost at 27k. So be sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And last but not least, as I usually and I always say, please to get cozy and comfy with hot Ribena and some snacks. And let us get into this review. So let us start off with the nighttime. Of course, you guys know they had a little party. Ron and Lana were speaking about the whole Shaq situation, you know, from last episode with the ranking / rating challenge, which for me personally caused way too much drama. I didn't think it was that deep, but that's just me. Maybe I'm just, yeah, I don't know. That's just me. I didn't think it was that deep. But of course, you know that Ron was also still quite upset with Shaq with the whole some people may feel like you're a game player because you made Lana your girlfriend just because, you know, she's the most liked in the villa, blah 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 blah. Lana was saying that she definitely does think it is very personal. You know, let me get into his combo with Shaq and then I'll give you my feedback on that because I have words. This episode was so confusing, but I do have words. Of course, Shaq was also ranting to Tom and Sammie and also Tanya about it. And Tanya actually did say, yeah, I do think Ron is actually going to speak with you. So of course, Ron ended up pulling Shaq for a chat and said that he was really shocked by the comment because, you know, I've been single in the past. So I think Lana is, if I remember correctly, Lana is Ron's first girlfriend. So he's just like, bro, this is my first ever girlfriend. Why on earth would you think that I would now take such a jump and make someone my girlfriend only because she's liked and because I want to win the show? We're going to get into that later anyway with all those comments, but you get my gist, right? In all honesty, Shaq did say Shaq to me, in his confessionals, he basically said, I said what I said, if I'm going to be honest. But to Ron, I do think he was just trying to be a bit more understanding. You know, he was defo trying to have fun with his words. Almost say like, yeah, I did say what I say, but at the same time, I do get why you may be upset. At the same time, whilst they were having that conversation, of course, Tom and Sammie and Will and Jesse and Rosie were gisting. I'm going to get into all of them later because I just feel like this season of Islanders are so messy. Like, I don't stand anyone apart from Kai and Sanam. Like, everyone else is just so messy. Everyone does gist. For me, like, these people are literally in their mid-20s and they have conversations like they're in year 9. Like, oh, he said, she said, he said. Just go up directly and figure and sort something out. And I think that's why this episode was just so confusing to me because there were just so many hidden conversations with he said, she said. I didn't even know how I could honestly differentiate between the truth and reality and fake and the lies. That's why it was honestly so confusing. Let's move on briefly to Rosie and Casey. She was wondering if their relationship was one-sided because she feels like he isn't always affectionate. Rosie was 100% fighting his case. I don't really know if I care for it. I am going to get back into the whole Rosie, Lana and Ron mess that took place throughout this entire episode. What a drag and what a weak storyline. But yeah, I feel like maybe it's just me, but although I liked Rosie more than Claudia, she needs to stop talking. I'm sorry. I'm okay for that mic to be muted. I don't get much substance from her and Casey together. If you get substance, let me know. But right now, I don't get substance. But I do like Rosie more than Claudia. So I'm okay to stand her on that part. But other than that, I don't get much substance with her and Casey together. Of course, let's move on to Sammie and Tommy talking to Jesse. Jesse? Is her name Jesse? Yeah, it's Jesse. About Ron's game plan, about getting, you know, so essentially, right, and guys, let me know if, I don't know, this is what I mean, like, this episode was just so confusing. I don't remember hearing Ron say what Rosie and Tom, sorry, are saying to everyone else in the villa. And that's why I can't even bother to go back. Let me know if you heard it. I don't know if I heard it, but they were essentially saying that, you know, Ron was like, oh, you know, I've watched the show in the past, and usually couples that argue and hash everything out in the beginning, they end up coasting it to the end, and that's exactly what's going on with me and Lana. I don't know if I heard that, guys. Let me know if you heard it. I personally don't feel like I did hear it. But even if he did say it, based on how they said it, I'm pretty sure he said as a viewer, which unfortunately that's to his downfall, because you're letting everyone know that you're reminded that you're on a show. And yes, it's something that you cannot forget, because clearly the cameras are always there, but at the same time the show has a purpose, and the purpose is to win, and the 50k, and so yeah, I don't know. I just feel like everyone is just really fake. I feel like Sammie and Tom, for me, in today's episode, just showed me how much they are chatty patties, and it kind of was an ick. Like, okay, yeah, you can gist to your partner. Me and my boyfriend gist all the time, right? But at the same time, like, you guys are in a villa. There's CCTV cameras everywhere. You guys are being watched in 4K. You constantly speaking about other people's couples instead of your own. I mean, water your grass before you start looking at your neighbours. So let's move on to the following morning. Of course, Tom was speaking to Shaq and Casey about Ron's game plan. And of course, Sammie was doing the same to the girls. Like I said, chatty patties. So maybe that's why they work so well together. Rosie was talking to the girls, and she was saying that Ron said that Casey prioritizes the boys over her. And they were also speaking about Lana and Ron being loud in bed. Okay, let me get into the first bit. We're going to get into the whole Rosie and drama, because Rosie lied on national TV. I don't know why she done that. And second of all, Lana and Ron, I think just because majority of people voted that they didn't have sexual chemistry, right now for me is given forced. I mean, they were in, apparently everyone was sleeping, but they were in bed proper laughing. They woke up on opposite sides. I don't know who sleeps next to their partner and you decide to wake up on the opposite side. Like, you just decide in the night, in the middle of the night, you decide to change sides of the bed. Scary behavior. But I just feel like the conversations that they were having in the morning, for me, was just given a bit forced, okay? Like, proving to people that, yeah, we do have chemistry, we do have fun, we do have this, we do have that. But yeah, it was given forced. Anyway, let's move on to Tom, Sammie, Rosie and Casey talking about Ron's comment, and of course ended up confronting him. What was really weird was there was quite a strange divide in the villa, and like I said, like, I don't know if I was just missing conversations, but there was a very weird divide in the villa. But one thing that Lana did say to Ron is that she is going to stick by her man, and that she's 100%, you know, I'm going to have it all out. Like, I'll go all out. And I already told you guys this, guys. One of my pet peeves in life, okay, is people acting like they're about that life when they're not. Yeah, defend your man, but Rose, like, we all know, sorry, Lana is not really, is she about that life as we expect her to be? Comment down below, because I actually don't think so. But like I said, we'll get into that, because that took up the main gist and time and space in today's week episode. Let's briefly move on to Casey and Ron now going for a chat, and of course was asking him about the entire Rosie situation, because of course Rosie ended up telling Casey that, yeah, he told me this and he told me that, and Casey's just like, bro, like, what exactly is going on? Why are you in my business? I'm trying to get to know this girl, and right now it comes across like you're trying to self-sabotage the entire situ. Ron, of course, came all guns blazing. He said that he never said that. And Casey was just like, yeah, I just feel like you're just mad snaky, and that it was just a very, very, very sly comment. So obviously now, Ron is just confused, Casey's just confused. So they now decide to call their missus over to kind of hash out the entire situation, like what exactly was said. So they called Rosie over, and they also called Lana over. And once again, wow, Rosie, come on and be serious. You can't, and this is my thing, you can't lie on TV. We know, we see, we hear, we feel, okay? Why are you lying on national TV? We saw what we saw, and we heard what we heard. What you are relaying back to everybody else, you've added a little bit of ginger, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of oil, a little bit of spice to something that didn't need to be added. And now you've created a whole scenario, and you're like, oh, I don't like the drama. But you created the drama. What have I been saying since episode 1 of this entire season? Lack of self-awareness and lack of what? Self-presence. An ongoing theme in this season, and that's why we need the season to wrap itself all the way up. Of course, Rosie even started adding the not working on the outside. The thing that's confusing to me is Rosie went to Lana and Ron to ask for advice about their situation. They gave their feedback. They didn't willingly come to you to discuss conversations with Casey. No, you went to them with a problem. They gave you their feedback, and then you ran with it, twisted it, seasoned it, flipped it, and it went to the entire villa and just relayed the entire different storyline. People like that are scary, okay? People like that are definitely scary. Ron did pretty much, like, Ron said that, okay, maybe in the context of everything that was said, maybe you pretty much just kind of like misinterpreted it, because I think honestly that's just what happened. But for me, I don't even feel like that was down to misinterpretation. I genuinely feel like she remixed everything that Ron said. She remixed everything that Ron and Lana said, and like I said, that's really scary because he didn't even say it like that. But overall, all I have to say is that that was embarrassing. I don't have much to say. I mean, Rosie, own your truth and speak the truth. You went over to them about your situation. They gave you feedback, and then you decided to go to your man and make it seem like, oh, you're neglecting me. Like, and this is what I mean. Like, these guys are definitely in their mid-20s, but the conversations, the reactions, the reasoning, the fathoming of information, the breaking down, the analysis, it's worrying. Okay? I don't know, guys. If you're in your mid-20s and you act like this, let me know. But me and my friends, we don't do this one. Let's move on to Sammie. She was now speaking to Rosie about Ron's comment with the whole end game and so. No, Sammie, wait, what the heck am I saying? Sorry, guys. I need to really... sorry, Sammie was speaking to Lana. This is what I mean. This episode was so confusing. Sammie was speaking to Lana about Ron's comment and the entire game plan situ. Once again, I don't know why Sammie done that. It just reminded me once again that she's a chatty patty. I feel like she was trying to come from the stance of, oh yeah, you know, you're my friend. I just want to let you know as a friend, like, you know, there may be a possibility that Ron is trying to be a game planner and But one thing about Lana is Lana's going to stick by her man. Like, when they're in the finals, 50k is actually there. I can see it. I'm even smelling the money like this. And you want to come and tell me about my man? Like, prize is on my mind, honey. Okay, the prize is on my mind. Yeah, like I said, I don't know why Sammie told her that. Lana is not leaving Ron, especially so late in this season. It was, yeah, I don't know. It didn't come from a good place to me. If anything, it came from a quite irrelevant place. I thought like it was quite pointless. And once again, I don't know if I heard the whole game plan conversation happen. Like, did it take place? Please let me know. Like I said, I'm actually quite confused. We can next move on to Ron talking to Shaq and Tom about what Rosie said. Like I said, I do feel like Rosie is very weird. It's interesting because a lot of people do think that Shaq doesn't actually like Ron. I do think there is a little tension there, but you know, bros will be bros. Like, guys can argue today and they can be bros tomorrow. Girls can argue today and they can be enemies tomorrow. It's just really different. Of course, let's move on to Lana talking to Sammie. She was saying that she feels like it's attack Ron day and she's going to speak to Ron about it because she feels bad that the entire villa are speaking about him. And of course, she ended up pulling him for a chat and told him about, oh yeah, so I've heard this, and you know, the villa are talking about this, and apparently there's a game plan and so. What was quite interesting was Lana said that Lana was saying a lot to Ron, but I just feel like the energy that she had towards Ron with, oh yeah, like they're chatting S, they're doing this, they're doing that, she hasn't had that energy for anyone else in the villa who has told her about these game plans and these conversations. But like I said, maybe that's just a pet peeve of mine. People acting like they are about it when they're not really when they aren't really. Of course, Ron decided to now go and speak to Kai and Sanam about it, aka my winners. I love how unproblematic Kai and Sanam are. I know someone was in my comments telling me, oh, you like Kai and Sanam, but they're so boring. It's not everyday drama. Who said struggle love is what we're aiming for? Because I didn't say that. Okay, Kai and Sanam are unproblematic. They're okay loving each other. They're loving the experience. They're growing. There's no issues when it comes to Kai and Sanam, and that's why for me they are my winners. Are they going to win? I'm not sure, but I do hope that they do make it to the finals, because we know Fiat 500, they don't play when it comes to their jokes. Now let's move on to Ron. Of course, he was speaking to them and he was just saying, yeah, like everyone is fake, my head is about to flip, I can't believe this. Like, and I think for Ron, it's just coming across, especially because Ron's the one that gave the toast about our cheers to our friendships in the villa, and I'm finding out that all my so-called friendships are chatting rubbish about me. What exactly is going on? But yeah, Ron was just like, I'm about to flip. He essentially asked Lana for permission, like, oh, you know, I want to be calm about this, but you know, it's just, and Lana was like, no, it's fine, like you can do whatever you want, you know, like you can do whatever you want. I'm with you, Ron. I was thinking, hey, love all. Love all. But of course, I think we only got a mini preview of tomorrow night, and in tomorrow's night episode, it literally is going to be a talent show, but I do assume that's going to be towards the end of the episode, and the beginning of the episode is surely going to be about Ron essentially just confronting the entire villa. They did mention though that all of this bottles down to Tom and Sammie, and I do have to agree, Tom and Sammie have been talking quite a lot. So if Ron wants to confront them, I don't really mind, but I just don't know if I don't remember hearing anything about the game plan. I don't know if I'm losing it, but let me know if you did. I don't know. But overall, guys, a very weak episode. What a drag into the new week. I'll be honest with you. nothing else to say. So as I usually and I always say, be sure to comment down below as to how you also found that episode. If you haven't yet subscribed, be sure to subscribe and definitely join the family, and also be sure to follow me on my Instagram and also on my Twitter at SarahDestinyX. But as I usually and always say, guys, thanks so much for your love and for your support. Please take care, have a lovely evening, and I shall see you tomorrow. Bye.